Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. Today, I wanted to do a reaction video to a tweet that Tasha K put up yesterday, as well as her shouting out one of these bloggers and the comment that they left. And I have some thoughts. So first of all, as you guys know, there's been a lot of talk in terms of, how people felt Tasha K conducted this interview with Martell Holt's side chick, whether or not Tasha K was professional, whether or not she asked the right questions, whether or not she was trying to coddle the side chick and trying to elevate her at the same level as Melody Holt. And so Tasha K leaves this tweet yesterday that says, "Y'all ungrateful A bloggers, how y'all gonna say I didn't understand the assignment and yet there's over 3K plus videos on my content alone? Laughing face, cheers emoji, have more respect for your queen, road to a million, winky emoji, champagne glass emoji again, and a microphone." And then on her Instagram, Tasha K leaves this caption that says, "The GOAT of this SHAT has spoken." She adds the blogger spoken reasons with champagne flute emojis and says, "I'm tired of y'all sharecropper ASS bloggers." And the comment that she highlights from spoken reasons states, "They not putting they money where they mouth is. You are the commodity. At this point, all they're going to do is get mad and take clips of what you've done and then discredit." I'm guessing he meant you. It's just the letter Y. "Like you don't exist. Meanwhile, they take in game as you show examples on how you are moving. Stop helping these ungrateful folks. Feed people who actually need it. They want your position and they'll do anything to make sure you're not validated for what you've worked hard for." And a flash emoji. So here's the thing. A couple of things. Calling bloggers sharecroppers is out of bounds. Coming for bloggers who disagree with how you conducted this interview and how you were, trying to elevate the side chick. Like, there's no such thing in this world where everybody is going to like you and everybody's going to like everything you do. And to keep it a buck, not all of your tea has been truthful. Isn't Cardi B suing you because you said that she had herpes and she had to, provide, her health records to prove that she has no STDs? Like, not everything you have said and done, just because you almost have 1 million subscribers, doesn't mean it's always been factual or it's always been on point or people have always respected it. And even your interview with Kevin Samuels, I felt you let him control the interview and you just doubled down and seemed very male identified with his views. And it didn't, even feel like an interview after one point. It felt like he was, running game on you. And it's like, not all of your interviews and not all of your tea has been on point or has always come out to be true. Yes, people tune in. A lot of times you do have a strong fan base, but there's also a lot of people who hate watch you or who do not like you, but depending on the person or the topic that you're speaking on, they will tune in to see, what you have to say about it, or if it's an interview, how you conduct the interview, if you're fair, if you're unbiased, if you are professional or not, and that sort of thing. But to come for bloggers, like, everybody can eat, everybody can be successful, there's no need to insult anyone. Like, that's just not cool. I'm not here for that. And, to call people sharecroppers or ungrateful and this and that, like, that's just too far. That is out of bounds. Like, why are we going there? Why are we doing that to each other? Like, why can't we respect each other? There's no such thing in this world where we all have to have the exact same opinion and, follow groupthink and all be on the same accord of one thing. Like, there's no such thing as that. We all have things, we all have morals and values and beliefs that we stand for, and we're going to speak on it. That's the whole point of having a platform like this, is to state your opinion. And, for me, I didn't like the interview. I felt, for somebody who's already had a good rapport with Melody Holt to do this and try to, say that the side chick and Melody Holt, like, she looks like the chocolate version of her, and trying to say it's disrespectful to, say somebody's a side piece or a side chick and that they need the respect to be called a mistress, and you're the one that's married. And I don't see any difference between mistress, side chick, or side piece. I mean, I guess allegedly it means that a side piece or side chick wants the main chick role, whereas the mistress is comfortable with her role. But either way, the side chick wanted Melody Holt's role, and she still doesn't have it. She's still not a wife. She's still not engaged. She still doesn't have the man. So I felt as though, some of the criticism you can take to heart and take heed on, that maybe you went a little bit too far in how much you were trying to coddle this lady and trying to dress her up to look presentable, or dress her up to make her seem like she was relevant. And her kept saying her likeness and this and that, when she's not a celebrity. There's no likeness that's being used. Nobody's defaming her or anything else. And what's crazy is the beef that she actually needs to be having with is her baby's father, who's called her a peasant, who's disrespected her multiple times on the show, and basically has reduced her to a sex pot. But for some reason, she only has smoke for Melody Holt, who, because she no longer has access to the high life lifestyle that was funded by Melody Holt's money. And she has beef with Oprah Winfrey, who, this is her network that the show airs on. And it's just funny to me that she's going on this interview trying to be on TV after Funky Dineva and other people are trying to campaign for this girl to have a platform, and she completely fumbles and proves why she's not even worth mentioning on the show. And for you to be upset, for people to, have their opinions about, how this interview went, like, why do you care? Why are you upset? Why do you feel a certain type of way? And why can't you accept constructive criticism? Like, have you watched back the interview? I mean, you can celebrate the views and more power to you. I'm sure, the check is going to be nice whenever, it comes through or what have you. But there were issues people had. And the interview did not make the side chick look good at all. And parts of the interview did not make you look good at all. The one part that I did give you kudos on was the part where you made it seem like you were about to call Melody Holt. I don't know if that was for real or if that was on purpose to see what the reaction of the side chick was going to be. But all I know is when you said that at the 58 minutes and 18 seconds mark, she was completely shook. She got out of her phone and was frantically texting away to somebody, probably Martell, like, oh my gosh, she's going to get Melody Holt to, try to verify everything I said, and it's all going to go bad, and blah, 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 and our script didn't work. Like, for that was a good moment. But there were several other parts of the interview that I felt could have been a lot better. I felt there were a lot of hard-hitting questions you left out. I felt that there were a lot of lies that was said about the show. And for some reason, the side chick thinks that people are talking about her for the 43 minutes of the show every week, which is not the case at all. The show is about, the three couples and their lives and things that they're going through in their lives. It's specific about, in terms of Melody and Martell, regarding Martell's cheating and having a baby, while he's married to Melody Holt. That was the storyline. That is actually what's happening in reality. There's nothing that's fake or pretend about that. So it just felt like a failed audition attempt to try to get on the show, and for you to come for bloggers and not evaluate yourself on some things that you could have potentially did better in this interview is just completely out of bounds. Nobody needs to be called a sharecropper or ungrateful or this and that. Like, it's not that serious. Come on now. Like, everybody here has been respectful of each other. Nobody has come for each other. Like, we simply are giving constructive criticism. A lot of people have lost respect in terms of how this interview was conducted and trying to put, the audacity to have her, be on the same level or considered on the same level as Melody Holt was very insulting. And you have a demographic of a lot of women who are wives, girlfriends, in committed relationships who either have been cheated on before or know somebody who's been cheated on before, or somebody's had a baby on them, or they know somebody who's had a baby on them. So they are not going to be sympathetic to somebody who is trying to build a platform on being a side chick and who's mouthing off in an interview to the interviewer who is also married that she needs to check her husband and not check the mistress that is trying to antagonize the ex-wife still long after they've been divorced and trying to get on the show that the ex-wife she hates created. Like, make it make sense. So this whole thing, like, I'm not going to name call people. I'm not going to disrespect people because that's not how I do things. I will give feedback if I agree or I disagree with your methods because I feel it's valid. And there's nothing wrong with that. But to call people ungrateful and sharecropper, like, come on now. Like, this is how we're starting off 2022 because you don't like the comments, you don't like the feedback that people are saying? Like, really? Like, that's what we're doing? Like, it's just out of bounds. All people are commenting on is how they felt you conducted this interview, and whether or not you were professional and whether or not you understood the assignment. And clearly, by your reaction, something has triggered you because instead of taking it in stride and taking whatever constructive criticism people had, you were trying to flip it and insult people. And it's just not necessary. It's not necessary at all. We didn't call you any names, so why are you calling us names? Like, it's just completely unnecessary and out of bounds. So that is my thoughts on that. I just wanted to do a reaction to this because when I saw this, I was floored because I'm like, why are we name calling people? Why are we coming for people and not addressing the actual elephant in the room, which is how problematic this interview was? And, just the lack of intelligence, the lack of decorum, the lack of respect, just everything was, there were so many things that went wrong in this interview. So to name call people is just not, I'm just not here for that. Like, everybody deserves respect. And that's on that. We simply have a strong reaction to a side chick trying to make herself relevant, trying to make herself into some type of reality star on the back of the ex-wife that she still is obsessed with, and then trying to insult billionaire Oprah that the show airs on. Like, you really think that you're gonna get the call to be on the show now? Like, seriously? But don't insult the bloggers. Don't insult people who disagree with how the interview went or how you conducted the interview. Because I'm sure this is not the first time that people have disagreed with your viewpoints or how you've conducted an interview or how you've spilled tea on a celeb or on a reality star in the past. So let's not do that. So that is all of my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think on the matter. If it's your first time viewing my channel, welcome. Thank you so much. Please view my playlist of other videos and topics that I've discussed previously. Those of you who've been back multiple times, thank you so much for your continued support. I am grateful. I am thankful. I am appreciative of each and every single one of you. I love interacting with each and every one of you. I read all of your comments. I try to respond or like most of all of your comments when I get the opportunity to. And I love the feedback. I love the commentary. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment that I post new content on my channel. And per usual, I will talk to you guys again very soon. Happy New Year, and have an amazing rest of your day. And let's keep it positive. Let's support one another. Thank you.